I'm not really a big fan of Leatherman tools. I find them expensive and heavy, and I don't always use the pliers that much, and most of the new ones are not UK carry friendly, so most have locking knives. So why did I buy this old Leatherman tool? And why do I think it still reigns supreme as one of the best versions of the Leatherman tool series? I'll be taking a closer look, so stick around and I'll explain why I think this is such a great tool. I'll also go through the pros and cons. So first of all, where did I get it from? Well, I got it from the Malvern Flea Fair here in the UK, and it cost me £20. So I got it about a month ago, and it's been soaking in oil for about 2 weeks just to get rid of most of the rust. Now there might still be a couple of points on this, but it's really brought it up really well. It came in this nice leather case, and I mean it's in better days, but it's still in good condition. It would still go well on your belt, or if you want a pocket carry, you can carry it without that. So I'll show you a bit later. Inside this, you can see let me see if it's on this side, 0400, which means that it's April 2000. So this tool is 25 years old. And I think it's in amazing condition for that. So it weighs in at 147 grams. That's 5.2 ounces. With the case, it's 178 grams or 6.3 ounces. The size is 100 in length by 28 millimeters, which is 4 by 1.1 inches. And it's about 10 millimeters deep. Now, the tools on this, so it has the main pliers, which Leatherman are famous for, and it has the needle nose with the standard jaws and the cutters. And these cutters are not replaceable, but if you look carefully, they have got a nick out of them, so you can use them as strippers as well. So that's the main part of the tool. One of the things which is not so good on this is there are some hot points because the tools are on the inside. So it's great when it's closed up, but if you put a lot of pressure on this, some of these parts can press into your hand. But I mean, this is only for occasional use as pliers. Looking at the tools. So first of all, there's a knife and it's non-locking, which is great. It has a slight sort of lock up, but it's more like a slip joint, less a full lock. And what you can do is if you close up this, it's not going to close down on your hands. Now, I'm hoping that this means that it's still UK friendly, which I believe it will be because it's not a proper lock. Then looking at the other tools, let's see if I can get these all out. So it's a little bit heavy on flat drivers. It's got 2 flathead screwdrivers. One's 5 millimeters, the other's 7, and an awl on this side. Then if we look at the other side, and here we have a whole host of stuff. So first of all, there's the file, and this is a fantastic file, and this one is in almost perfect condition, just a small amount of wear on it, but otherwise it's in good condition. So that's the file. Then looking at the other tools, so there's a can opener here and cap lifter, and I've tried it and it works well. There's a full 3D Phillips, and I think it's a number 3. And then there's a very small flathead, which is about It's about 1.5 millimeters. It would possibly be useful for the screws on spectacles. Can we see that? But really good condition overall. What are the benefits of this? Well, let's go through the pros and cons first. So the big pro for me is a non-locking knife. So that makes it UK legal. The second thing is it's pretty light. At 147 grams, that's only a little bit more than your average sort of Swiss Army knife. So it's fairly pocket friendly. If you want to put it on your belt, you can do that. I'm not a big fan of belt carry, but there is that option there. But if you want it ready to use, this is going to slip into a pocket fairly easy. The nice thing about this as well is that there isn't much to catch in your pocket. Oh, I forgot the ruler on the outside as well. So that's in centimeters and inches. But yeah, so the good thing about this is if you have it in your pocket, it's not going to be too heavy and it's not going to catch on things. Oh, the other thing I forgot as well, it's got a point here for a lanyard if you want to have it around your neck. I'm not entirely sure why you would do, or maybe if you just wanted to put something like a zip pull in there just to be able to pull it out of your pocket, or more likely to pull it out of some sort of case. So if you carry it in a case like this Maxpedition one, which I haven't started using yet, but if you've got it in the pocket, then sorry, not the elastic, in the real pocket, if you want to be able to pull it out, just to put a zip pull in it, just to make it easier to grab it, you could do that. So the other big pro is the cost. I mean, at £20, and I'm sure you can get them in the US probably for $20 or less, it is way cheaper than other multi-tools. It's even cheaper than something like the well, it's cheaper than the Micra. So the Micra is about £50 or $50, and you're getting so much more with this. It's even cheaper than the next tool, which is a great little tool, and this is the knifeless one with 10 things on it. But here you're getting, you know, if you look at the difference in size here, they're the pliers on the next tool. Compare that with the pliers on this Leatherman. If you like pliers, this has got to be the one to go for. So yeah, so cost. The cons. So compared to new Leatherman tools, there's no super steel here, and there's no bit driver. But it's not too difficult. If you want a bit driver and you want something that's fairly pocket friendly, well, why not go for something like this? This is Pro Bike Tool. It comes with a bit driver with lots of bits in. And this will cover most of the things that you need. It's got Torx and hex bits and a couple of screwdriver bits as well. So there are lots of other options for cheap drivers if you want them. I'm not a big fan of the Leatherman bits either. They're fairly soft. You can get much better bits elsewhere. So check out my channel. You'll see some more on that. So yeah, there aren't many cons really. So it's cheaper, it's lighter, it's non-locking. So that makes it way better than the current Leatherman. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Would you carry a 25-year-old Leatherman tool? So leave a comment. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this. And if you like this, then why not give me the thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. And why not check out this video here, which I think you'll find interesting, or this playlist on toolkits. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.